Welcome to Mr. English Cafe. Have you ever been in a room full of people, maybe at a party or a family dinner, and suddenly you felt completely invisible? Like there is a glass wall between you and everyone else. Or maybe you've spent a Friday night at home, staring at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes, feeling a heavy ache in your chest. We often run away from being alone because we are scared of that feeling. But what if the time you spend by yourself was actually your greatest superpower? Today, we are going to talk about the difference between feeling empty and feeling full. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly enjoyed your own company? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Joe. I am so glad you chose to spend some of your time with me today. Today, we are diving deep into a topic that touches every single human heart, the difference between loneliness and solitude. It's a lesson on how to be happy when you are alone. If you find today's talk helpful, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, or follow the podcast. It really helps me reach more people who might be feeling a bit lost in the dark today. Let's get into it. Let's start by being honest. Being alone can be scary. In our world today, we are always connected. We have social media, group chats, and work emails. Because of this, we have forgotten how to just be. There is a huge difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a lack. It is a feeling of being less than. When you are lonely, you feel like a piece of you is missing, and you are waiting for someone else to come and fill that hole. Think about a time you went to a cafe alone. Did you feel awkward? Did you keep looking at your phone so people wouldn't think you have no friends? That is loneliness. It is a state of mind where you are starving for connection. Solitude, however, is a strength. Solitude is a choice. It is when you are alone, but you feel full. Imagine that same cafe, but this time you aren't on your phone. You are tasting your coffee, you are watching the rain outside. You are thinking about your dreams, you are happy because you like the person you are sitting with yourself. I remember a time in my life, a few years ago, when I moved to a new city. I didn't know anyone. For the first month, I was miserable. I left the TV on all night just to hear a human voice. I was suffering from loneliness, but then I started to change my perspective. I started taking myself on dates. I went to the museum. I started journaling. I realized that I am actually a pretty interesting guy. I stopped waiting for people to call me and started enjoying the quiet. That was when my loneliness turned into solitude. Loneliness is I have nobody, solitude is I have myself, and that is enough. To help us understand this better, let's look at two incredible thinkers. First, let's talk about Paul Tillich. He was a very famous philosopher and teacher who lived through some very difficult times in history. Tillich spent a lot of time thinking about the human soul and why we feel anxious. He believed that our language is very smart, he said. Language has created the word loneliness to express the pain of being alone, and it has created the word solitude to express the glory of being alone. Tillich wanted us to see that being alone isn't a mistake. Loneliness is the physical and emotional hurt of being separated from others. But solitude is a spiritual glory. It means you are finding your true self without any distractions. Next, I want to tell you about a beautiful book called Journal of a Solitude by May Sarton. May was a poet and a writer. In the 1970s, she moved to a quiet house in the woods to live alone. She wrote this journal because she wanted to show that living alone is hard work, but it is very rewarding, she wrote. Loneliness is the poverty of self. Solitude is richness of self. In her book, May Sarton explains that when we are always around other people, we leak energy. We try to please everyone else, and we lose our own self. By living alone, she found her richness again. She learned that she didn't need a crowd to feel important. She only needed her garden, her writing, and her quiet thoughts to feel wealthy in her heart. So, how do we move from the poverty of loneliness to the richness of solitude? Here are 3 suggestions explained deeply. 1. The 10-minute silence building your inner muscle. Every day, sit in a chair for 10 minutes. No phone, no music, no book. This is like weightlifting for your mind. At first, you will feel itchy or annoyed. Your brain will try to remind you of chores or emails. This is because we use noise to hide from our feelings. By sitting in silence, you are telling your brain, "I'm not afraid of you." Over time, those 10 minutes will become the most peaceful part of your day. It's where your best ideas are born. 2. Date yourself, redefining your value. Once a week, do something you love, completely alone. I don't mean running errands, I mean a real date. Go to a movie you like, even if your friends think it's boring. Go to a park and read. Why is this important? Because it proves to your subconscious mind that you are worth spending time with. If you only do fun things when others are there, you are telling yourself that you aren't enough on your own. When you date yourself, you build self-respect. 3. Journal your thoughts, becoming your own best friend. As May Sarton did, start writing. Don't worry about good grammar or perfect spelling, just write how you feel. When we feel lonely, it's often because we have a lot of noise in our heads. Writing is like taking a messy room and organizing it. When you read your own words, you start to understand your patterns. You become a best friend to yourself because you are finally listening to what you actually think and feel. To wrap things up, I want you to remember this: you are the only person you will be with for your entire life. From the moment you are born to the moment you leave this earth, you are your own constant companion. Don't spend that time waiting for someone else to make you happy. Don't be afraid of the quiet. Like Paul Tillich said, look for the glory. Like May Sarton, find your richness. Loneliness is just a cloud passing by, but solitude is the steady sun. You are strong, you are enough, and you are never truly alone if you like the person you are with. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope this talk brought a little warmth to your heart. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, like, and share this podcast with someone who might be feeling a bit lonely today. Let's support each other. Before you go, I want to leave you with a question to think about tonight. I'd love for you to share your answer in the comments so we can learn from each other. If you had a whole day to spend completely alone with no phone and no chores, what is one thing you would do just to make your soul happy? I can't wait to read your beautiful ideas. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Thanks for joining us. In this podcast, you've learned the following. Let's read aloud. Language has created the word loneliness to express the pain of being alone, and it has created the word solitude to express the glory of being alone. Language has created the word loneliness to express the pain of being alone, and it has created the word solitude to express the glory of being alone. Loneliness is the poverty of self. Solitude is richness of self. Loneliness is the poverty of self. Solitude is richness of self. Solitude. She often goes for a long walk in the quiet woods to enjoy some well-deserved solitude. After a busy and noisy week at the office, I really need a weekend of solitude to recharge. Many writers and artists prefer solitude because it allows them to focus entirely on their creativity. Miserable. The heavy rain and freezing wind made our weekend camping trip absolutely miserable. He felt miserable for days after he accidentally deleted his entire graduation thesis. She had a high fever and a terrible cough, which made her feel completely miserable all night. Chores. The children agreed to share the household chores, such as washing the dishes and feeding the dog. I usually spend my Sunday mornings doing boring chores like laundry and cleaning the bathroom. Rewarding yourself with a good movie after finishing your daily chores is a great motivator. Errands. I have to run some errands this afternoon, including picking up my dry cleaning and buying groceries. She spent the whole Saturday morning running errands all over town for her grandmother. If you are going to the post office to run your errands, could you please mail this letter for me? Companion. My dog is not just a pet. He has been my most loyal and loving companion for 10 years. Finding a good travel companion is essential if you want to enjoy a long backpacking trip. The lonely old man found great comfort in the companion of his neighbor's cheerful cat. Feel free to read it aloud. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment below.